first of all, I'll start with a brief introduction for all the audience who is watching this interview. Today we have with us Dr. Deepa Vinay. Thank you so much for being on board with us, ma'am. And she's Director of Placement Cell in the G.B. Pant University of Agriculture and Technology. And her main research areas are of occupational ergonomics, women's empowerment, and gender studies, family and environment, consumerism, traditional art and craft, product design and development. Right, ma'am? I think I was about
right.
Yeah. Okay. So let's start with the interview, ma'am. So the first question I had for you is like you just told us that you were the HOD of Family Resource Management for 15 years. So you have held key positions at your education institute throughout your professional career. Like, what do you think are the key factors that keep you connected with the education sector?
Okay. Should I start with a little bit of introduction of my university?
Yes, ma'am. Please,
that will do?
Please. Yes, ma'am. Please.
Okay. So many of the people don't know, but yes, this is the India's largest agriculture university, and we are having the area of 16,000 acres. This university was established in the year 1960 and dedicated to the nation on 17th of November 1960 by the then Prime Minister, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru.
Yes,
and while dedicating this university to the nation, Prime Minister said, the only university for the cause of the farmer of this country.
Yes, ma'am.
So this university is having a great role in the development of nation and society as well, because like you people must have realized it, especially in the new normal and the period which have passed, that when all the sector fail, there is only one sector, that is agriculture.
The agriculture sector.
There is a continuous growth, and we have contributed 16% in the GDP.
There's no doubt.
Okay, so this university was established when there was a scarcity of food in the country.
Okay, ma'am.
So this university started the Green Revolution. So this university is known as a harbinger of Green Revolution. Now, as far as my role is concerned, like what motivated me to be the part of this university?
Yes, ma'am.
Ankit, I am in this profession by choice, not by force.
Yes, ma'am.
So teaching is my passion, basically. Teaching and research is my passion. And as per the mandate of this university, we are having 3 mandates. That is research, extension, and teaching.
Yes, ma'am.
So teaching, yes, we offer BSc, MSc courses. We are having 7 colleges in this university.
Okay, ma'am.
And these colleges are College of Agriculture, College of Home Science, College of Veterinary Science, College of Basic Science, College of So
I actually contacted all of those branches of yours, and through that 3-4 branches I got your number. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes,
and like at present we are offering postgraduate programs in 63 subjects.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, and since I am in this profession by choice, so teaching is my passion.
Yes,
and the best thing I like about the teaching is, like in this profession we are always attached with the young crowd.
Yes, ma'am.
The young kids.
Yes, ma'am.
And like they are full of energy, they are full of enthusiasm, and they are the honest people of this country.
Honest
the youths are they were very honest people.
Actually, ma'am, my mother is also a teacher, so I know how important and a noble profession this is. And
this is very noble.
Thank you so much for your service, and on the behalf of every student you have taught till now. Yes, ma'am, please continue.
And like whenever we teach our student, whenever I am in a class, I always feel that energy is flowing from a student to me.
Yes, ma'am.
Not from, and I learned so much from my student.
Yes, ma'am.
Like teaching is a profession where learning is a continuous process.
Yes, ma'am. Of course.
Yes, so that is why I am here. And research, yes, I'm working. Research is, again, I love research.
Yes,
we have adopted 5 villages in the nearby areas, and continuously we are working in the villages with the farm women.
Wow.
And I have developed many technologies to reduce the drudgery of farm women. So we are disseminating those technologies, and when you go and when you see their face and when you see the satisfaction on their face, yes, their drudgery has reduced because of our small interventions, then that give you immense energy.
Yes, ma'am, of course.
And that is why I am in this profession.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Moving on, the next question I would like to ask you, that like being the director of the placement cell of this university, what is your philosophy of leadership? That like you told me You were the head of department for 15 years. So that is all. Like teaching, like we know that when you are a teacher, when you are a professor, there is leadership in that, because you have to lead the group of students you are teaching. Like, how would you describe your leadership style?
My leadership style is direct.
Oh, okay.
I enjoy delegating powers to my team members. And I love to see them as an empowered person. They should take their decision, but at the same time, I involve myself with the task. I see to it that nobody should feel alone, and I lead them. I take their views, and I involve myself in the task till the task is complete. So my leadership style is very simple and direct.
like that's how you grow a team, right? Like, telling them what to do. Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. Moving on to the next question. Being the director of the Placement Cell University, like, how do you like there are so many colleges right now in this country, right? And you offer, like you told us, you offer 63 key programs. So what are your plans for marketing and administration of your school, so that students all over our country know that you are offering these programs and they have a future in agriculture?
Ankit, the thing is that this university is a recipient of Best University Award thrice. We are having BRIC ranking, and the kids nowadays, they are very smart. Yes. They go and they check on the website what is the ranking.
Yes, ma'am, of course.
So this university is having a big tag associated with it.
Yes.
So, and beside this, because the scenario is changing very fast, the requirement of the students are changing. Yes. So we are updating our website, we are developing new courses, and as per the new education policy,
yes, ma'am.
Like as the policy says that it should be multidisciplinary, it should be the different type of courses where the creativity should be inbuilt. The creativity, the science person can study the music as well. Yes, and in the first year they will get the diploma and then certificate and then degree. So similarly, we are also revising simultaneously. Moreover, there is a pattern of ICAR. This is an SAU. State Agriculture University. Yes. So there is a pattern that after every 4 or 5 years, there is a revision of curriculum. The complete curriculum is revised. So on the basis of the Dean's Committee reports and all. So we take the input of those committees' recommendations, and we are developing e-modules of all the courses. We have launched e-certificate courses for those students, those who cannot take the admission in this university, but they are very much interested in the field of agriculture. Moreover, our main emphasis now is to make our graduate job providers, not the job seekers. So we are having different programs with us, experiential learning program with us, on the basis of which we are making our students self-reliant and the job providers. So that is what we are working on.
That's wonderful. I can see that the system you have built in your university to keep all the students and the curriculum up to date is wonderful, ma'am.
Yes.
Wonderful. So ma'am, I was searching about you and I heard that you received an honorary degree of Doctor of Letters Award from University of South America, right?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, you know how the education systems in India and foreign, there is a big difference between the education system of India and foreign countries. So, in your experience, what can an inbound student gain? You have told us, for example, a person who is studying agriculture in foreign country, or a student who is studying agriculture in our country, GV Pant, and especially in GV Pant University. So, what can the student gain from studying here in your institute in particular?
Yes, Ankit, I would like to explain here that this university is based on land grant pattern.
Okay.
This pattern is of USA, Illinois University.
Oh, okay.
The Illinois University is also running on the same pattern, and our university is also running on the same pattern. Okay. So our students are very well versed with the foreign pattern, like trimester, semester, quizzes, RLEs, projects. So the similar system we are having, the Illinois University.
Okay.
Because this is university.
You somewhat have the same structure. I get it.
Same structure. So students do not face any problem, and many students are going for higher studies. And they do not face any problem at all, because they are very, very well versed with the system. of the university.
That's wonderful. Yeah. That's wonderful. Okay, so ma'am, like you just told me, like you've explained about the curriculum. So like I'll move ahead to the next question. Like I just wanted to know, like this is an important question right now at this point of time, because we as a country have so many different castes, people from different backgrounds, different communities. So like, can you offer us any insights into how your university could be more welcoming to the students of different races or economic backgrounds?
Okay. I am very glad to share with you, Ankit, that from last 60 years,
yes, ma'am,
we have not received any complaint regarding racism or regarding anything. The reason being is the admission is on the basis of the merit.
Okay.
We conduct an entrance examination, and on the basis of the merit, the student get the admission. So while taking the admission, we don't know who belongs to which race or which caste or which economic background.
Absolutely.
When the student take admission, and if they are from an economically weaker section, then we are having n number of scholarships. The bursary is there, n number of scholarships for the even now our alumni are also donating scholarships to the weaker to the students, those who are deserving but deprived. So there are n number of scholarships for the deserving and deprived students. They apply and they get. So till date, 60 years of establishing this university, this university has not received any complaint regarding racism, regarding.
I can't tell you how happy I am to hear that right now.
One more thing is the importance, like the specific, the feature of this university is that we are having advisory system over here. One teacher is given 10 students as advisees. And we are advisor. Advisor means मैं उनकी माँ, बाप, भाई, बहन, everything. So even if they have any problem, they'll come to me, and we support our students. Even I have supported many students. So we support our students. If they have any, even the financial problem, we are there to help them. If they have any problem related with their curriculum or with their academics, we are there to help them. If they have problem in adjustment in the hostel, this is residential university. All the students reside in the hostel. Nobody is residing outside.
So, ma'am, the next question from my side is like, what do you think are specifically your roles and responsibilities in this university? What do you think are your roles and responsibility to the university are and the students of this universities are?
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, I am a teacher.
Yes, ma'am.
So, first role is skill upgradation of my students. So I have to prepare them for the outer world, so that after passing the graduate degree from this university, they can adjust in the outer world and come out with the flying colors. Like they should be, successful in their endeavors. That is my primary role. Since I'm a director placement as well of this university, so this is a very crucial position, and the whole आप उससे कह सकते हैं छवि of this university depends upon the placement of the students. How many students are placed from this university? So my prime duty is to showcase the skill of my students to my stakeholders. Like what is the requirement of my stakeholders, and how my student can reach up to their level of my stakeholders. So that is my prime duty. I am trying my level best. I am making contact with my stakeholders. I always continuously we organize academia industry meet.
Okay.
So and we invite the industry people. We invite the people from the government sector. We invite people from the education sector. And nowadays we are continuously organizing webinars for the betterment of the students. Beside this, what I have done is, I'm also taking care of the alumni cell. I'm coordinator of alumni cell of this university.
Okay.
So what we are doing is like this in this particular period, we have started a new column that is mentor for the month.
Okay.
Our alumni, those who are very successful, I'll tell you, Ankit, that this university has produced 40 vice chancellor. This university has produced more than 110 bureaucrats. Those who are working on a they are working as an ambassador, and they are holding a very good position. And many deans, directors, and vice presidents and presidents of the companies, they are there. So what I am doing is, we are making them as a mentor for the month. A student can directly talk with them, can have benefit of their experience, how they have reached to this position. So like to reduce the stress specifically in this particular period. So we I'm trying my level best that my student should well adjust with this new normal and should be successful in their endeavors.
So first of all, that's a great plan, ma'am, because I just graduated and I've been like through my placements, like I had my seniors for guidance how to get placed in different companies, and I can see like you're providing mentors to your students, so that is of great help.
Sometimes it happens student hesitate asking from us.
Yes, ma'am.
So like if the mentor is there, they can ask any question from that mentor, and we give them number and email addresses. They can write to them. They can chat with them.
That's great. Okay, so moving on to the next question, ma'am, what do you think should be the university's top priority over the next 10 years?
Okay, a very important question. Very important question. As I said in the previous question as well, the scenario is changing very fast. We have to identify, since this is Agriculture and Technology University, we have to identify the threats. What are the threats at present as far as the agriculture industry is concerned?
Yes, sir.
So the major threat is of climate change. Climate and climate change is there. The land base is shrinking day by day. Migration is taking place. Although we claim that this country's 50% of the population is based on agriculture, but you know that migration is taking place, and especially in the hilly region. This university is based in the hilly region. The condition is very pathetic. The whole agriculture is based on the women, because men, they have migrated to the cities. So like we identified these threats, and we are, as I said, we are having 3 pillars, that is research, teaching and extension. Now through this we are trying to find out the solutions for these threats, because we know that GDP contribution is 16%, which we have to increase more. We know that now in the coming time the agriculture will be women based, not the men. The men will work here and there. Moreover, we have to convert this agriculture into the agribusiness. Your time has gone. People want that they should do the value addition at their place, and then they say why middleman is required in between. So we have to convert this agriculture into the agribusiness. So all these, looking at these threats, we are working on it, and in the coming year, like we are developing new varieties. This university has got many patents for the releasing of varieties which can grow with the changing scenario, which can give them high yield with the less time. Our water shortage will be the main threat to the agriculture. We are developing varieties in the university which take less water, less time, give high yield, and can help in doubling the income of the farmer, which is the motive of our Prime Minister.
Okay. So ma'am, the next question, coming to the next question, like when you first came to G. Panj University, like what do you thought of the university? Like what was your vision for the university? Like has it evolved over time? Like 15 years back you saw yourself after 20 years someplace else. Like has it evolved over time? Like how far along are you into implementing that vision that you thought about yourself and the university?
See, I joined this university when I was just 21 years old, passed out masters. And like other young, when just pass out, there was no vision. But ऐसा था कि जाएंगे मस्ती की नौकरी करेंगे.
You were exploring.
No, but when I feel privileged myself, I feel very like, I mean, this is the God grace to me that I joined this university. And when I entered this university, I realized the importance of food. I realized the importance of agriculture, and I realized the importance of scientists. What is the role of a scientist? How scientists can help for the upliftment of the society? How scientists can help for in the sustainability of livelihood of the farm woman? So that I realized, and like I was I took the experience from my seniors engineers, and then we submitted the project in ICR and other funding agencies, and I worked in the villages, and now I can say that yes, we, like, each and every person should work for the society. So I mean, after passing out the graduation or in the graduation, the exposure should be given to the students so that they can work in the rural areas, and they can work for the society, they can work for the farm women, they can work for the families, for the sustainable development of the country, that they can do.
That's great. So ma'am, my last question to you is, like, what would you like people to know about a university that they may not know? Like, something that is like they're not getting through the website or anything like that. Would you like to tell them personally through this interview?
Yes, I will tell them that this university has contributed a lot. Since this university was a harbinger of green revolution. For food production, we have contributed a lot. This university has contributed a lot. So this is a university which has a full potential to develop their personality. This university has potential to make them self-reliant in their field. This university has a potential where the full grooming. This university grooms the students. When students comes to us in first year, their personality, and when they pass out in the third year, there is a vast difference in the personality. So we welcome all the students. I mean, if they want to work for the society, they should come to this university.
That's good. That's great, ma'am. So, like, this university, like, it nurtures you basically. It helps you.
It nurtures.
It helps
yes. you. It nurtures you.
Okay, so
full growth होती है. मैं बता रही हूँ, जब मैं आई थी यहाँ पे, कुछ पता नहीं था. उसके बाद जब मैंने ज्वाइन किया, मैंने देखा, फील्ड में गई, मैंने देखा what is agriculture, how the paddy is grown, and what are the difficulties which a farm woman is facing, how we can reduce their drudgery, how we can help them in increasing the production, and slowly the attachment increases. मैं आपको एक बहुत छोटा सा एक एग्जांपल बताती हूँ. जब हम आए थे तो हम थोड़ा सा ना लिटरेसी का भी काम किया करते थे कि भाई थोड़ा सा लेडीज को थोड़ा सा पढ़ा लिखा दिया करें, क्योंकि बहुत रिमोट है हिल्स के विलेजेस ना, बहुत अलग तरह की कंडीशन है, प्लेन से बहुत अलग है. सो एक लड़की ने बोला मुझे पढ़ने का तो बहुत शौक है मैडम, पर मैं कैसे पढ़ूंगी? तो मुझे लगा, मैंने कहा उसको ना पिक्चर में बहुत इंटरेस्ट था, बहुत ज्यादा इंटरेस्ट रखती थी. तो पहले आई डोंट नो, यू मे नॉट बी नोइंग इट, पहले एक बहुत सस्ती सी 2 रुपए की मैगजीन आती थी, 2 कलियां, उसमें मूवी के सीन हुआ करते थे और नीचे कुछ डायलॉग्स लिखा होते थे. आई मीन दैट वाज अ वेरी, आई मीन यदि रैंकिंग वाइज देखें तो वो अच्छी मैगजीन नहीं मानी जाती थी, क्योंकि बहुत मूवी का मसाला होता था उसमें. सो व्हाट आई यूज्ड टू डू इज आई यूज्ड टू बॉट दैट मैगजीन फॉर हर. तो वो उसमें तब वो वाली पिक्चर आई थी कबूतर जा, तो वो उसको पढ़ना नहीं आता था, वो पिक्चर देख के बोलती थी कबूतर जा. एंड सिमिलरली ऐसी मेहनत करके, one day when we were coming from the village, she gave me a piece of a paper on my hand and she said, दीदी ये आप पढ़िएगा. तो हमने उसको ले लिया, हमने कहा पता नहीं क्या लिखा है. उसने टूटी फूटी भाषा में लिखा था, पता नहीं मोहब्बत आंखों से होती है, जलना दिल को पड़ता है, और पता नहीं किससे क्या होता है और किसको करना पड़ता है. और हम लोग खूब हंसे. बट आई वाज so happy कि she is literate now. She is functionally literate.
Yes.
And she can read and write. So इस तरह से छोटे छोटे एग्जाम्पल्स हैं लाइफ के मेरे पास, मेरे साथ अटैच्ड. एंड मैंने पिछले 33-34 सालों में बहुत, मतलब इस यूनिवर्सिटी ने मुझे सब कुछ दिया.
Yeah, I get it. Like, you're so attached to this university. That's great.
Yes, I am attached with my profession.
Okay. So yes, ma'am. So I would like to thank you, ma'am, for your time and giving us such insights into your university, into your small family, into this whole world that you have been the part of for the last 20 years. So I would like to conclude the interview here and thank
33 years.
Oh my God, sorry.
33 years.
My mistake. 33 years. So I would like to conclude the interview here and thank you so much, ma'am, for your time.